Hi, my name is John Mosbrook, and I'm doing a informative speech. And the title of my informative speech is PTSD and its effects on my life. Try to imagine having an illness that controls you, and it's something that you will have to deal with every day for the rest of your life. It won't kill you necessarily, but it may send you into a depressive state that, if not taken care of, could ultimately end your life. This is something that I hold dear to my heart, something that I live. So I guess it's mainly I have firsthand experience, so to speak. PTSD has a lot of issues, causes a lot of issues with my family. Um, my life with my family is very stressful from time to time. Um, I have really bad mood swings. It's changed everything about my life, and it comes at a cost to my family because a lot of times they're walking on eggshells because they don't know what kind of mood I'm gonna be in. They It's easier for them to stay at a distance from me, not approach me, and I it's one of the things I really hate about it. Um, Sometimes I feel like my marriage it's not gonna last, and I don't. I guess because I don't realize, or I don't think about, or maybe my I don't know how long they're gonna put up with me. Pretty much is what it comes down to. Um, my moods are really bad, really really bad sometimes. Um, I don't know if I want to be happy. I don't know if I want to be sad, angry, depressed, any other way. It's not something that I really can. I don't know control, uh, and that's a issue I have because I want to be in control of myself. But it's as though it takes control of me. You know, it has me in its grips, and there's really nothing I can do about it. It all started with road rage after my second deployment. I would come home, and if somebody cut me off or didn't do what I thought was ethically right on the road, I would get so angry, not to a point of wanting to harm that other person, but I would grab the steering wheel of my vehicle and I would shake it. I was so mad, and it was just in an instant, but I was so mad that I would want to grab the steering wheel and try to rip it out of the car because I was so angry. That's when I noticed that I first started having a lot of problems with it. Then it turned to my family. I became very intolerant to a lot of things. The smallest things would annoy me. Um, One of my kids would say something, and if I didn't think it was right, I would fly off the handle instead of sitting and think about it. Uh, it's I guess it's a lot about I don't have time, or I want the reaction right now. Uh, so it's like I guess because of being deployed, you don't have time to stop and think about anything. It's just you do. So you get mad about that, and you have to deal with it. But anyhow, I would start spending a lot of time by myself because I felt like that was the easiest thing for me to do. If I wasn't around anybody, I couldn't hurt anybody, so to speak, couldn't hurt their feelings. Uh, they couldn't hurt my feelings. I mean, what am I going to do? Argue with myself? So um, I became lonely because I had pushed everybody away from me. Everybody that loved me, everybody that cared about me, I just pushed them away because that's all I could think. That was the easiest thing for me to do at the point. Just avoid everything and then, you know, not that it would go away, but I wouldn't be near it so it wouldn't bother me. But because I became lonely, I wanted to become surrounded by all my friends and family again because I knew that was a place where I wouldn't be lonely, that I was around people that wanted to be around me, people that wanted to help me. Um, so started going to counseling, and that was one of the biggest, turnarounds. Is it made me actually start thinking about, my actions, the things I did, the things that were my triggers, so to speak, things that would get me going very quickly. So after going to counseling, they my counselor had referred me to my doctor for medication to help curb the mood swings and help me to start to rationalize things because I would get stuck on one subject and I couldn't think of anything other than that and let it go. So they put me on Prozac, and that seems to help a lot. It helps me to think about my actions. Helps me think about what's really irritating me at that point in time, and to take the right steps to correct it or to deal with whatever it is that I'm dealing with at that point in time. I never thought that there would come a day that I would be anything other than cool, calm, and collected. I was always the easygoing guy, growing up, the class clown, so to speak. There's nothing wrong with me. I'm fine. And it wasn't until I had PTSD that all of that changed. I have become the exact opposite of what I was. It's taken its toll on my relationships, and trying to keep a healthy relationship it's a full-time job. Um, I have to be constantly cognizant of my actions. I have to think about what's going on around me. I have to think about what people are doing around me to keep me from finding something or some way to become irritated about whatever it is. I mean, it could be just the most minute thing. Somebody put the toilet paper on the roll wrong, or just the simplest of things just irritates me. So I have to know what my triggers are. I have to watch for them, and if I can't avoid them, I have to face them full on, and just deal with them. And in my conclusion, what helps me, I spend a lot of times by myself, not away from everybody, so to speak, but I do live near a few beaches here, um, and I find that going to those beaches and walking when there's nobody there, it's quiet, it's calming, and it helps me to decompress, and it helps me to rationalize what's going on in my life at that point in time. Uh, I have a few friends I have a lot of friends that suffer from PTSD, but I will share two of them with you. Um, well, he has the illness just like I do, and I've talked to him. We talk from time to time, and he told me that he works with horses, and by working with the horses, being such a big animal but yet so gentle, and having to care for that horse, it takes his mind off of a lot of the things that cause him to have the issues with PTSD. So he swears up and down, that was his lifesaver, is being able to work with these majestic animals, and it's really working out well for him. Another friend of mine, he has a local support group that he goes to, and he says that just by going there, sharing his story, talking to the people that are there with him, knowing that the people that are there with him are going through the same problems that he's going through, he's able to, by telling his story and sharing his triggers, he's able to kind of release what's going on in his life at that point in time that is bothering him. Um, so that's his big thing. He's like, I go and I talk about my feelings at that point in time. I talk about what's irritating me, and he's able to uh, let it go. And that's his way of decompressing and dealing with life. So I guess it comes down to not everything works for everyone. You have to find out that thing that helps you coexist. You have to find that thing that uh, helps you live your life and be functional at your life. Um, and if you find that thing, my advice to you is to stick with it. Uh, do it, whatever it is, as much as you have to, as often as you have to be able to become a productive member of society and not allow the illness that PTSD brings with it to control you, to control your life, and to keep you from doing those things that you want to do. So that being said, my name is John Mosbrook, and I hope that this is give you a little insight on what it's like to live with PTSD in my life. Uh, that's all I have to say. Thank you.